as you guys all know, and he just hit his finger a little bit. Nothing major, just being cautious with it. So he's able to do some stuff today, and then we limited him in practice today, but nothing serious by any means.
I was going to say with the continuity you have that you spoke about yesterday, and are you able to, or I guess with that, are you trying to do what you did last year at training camp in terms of what you were putting in with the defense and stuff this year?
Yeah, I mean, it's for us, it's always addressing in the offseason what were our biggest concerns and weaknesses. How can we address those weaknesses and improve upon them as a staff? And then obviously working on things in practice to shore up some of those deficiencies. And so obviously whether it's transition, whether it's defending the three-point line, one-on-one, whatever it might be, just making sure we have continued buy-in and commitment from everybody. And I thought yesterday the energy was fantastic, but it was sloppy. Today was a marked improvement from yesterday. Great energy, but we did things with purpose, we did things with discipline on both ends of the floor. So I thought it was a great day too for us today.
With Paul healthy, think you could surprise some people with what you're able to do on the defensive end this year?
I go back to last season, and yes, I do think so. And the reason I say that is because last year, first 15 games prior to an injury, we were in the top half of the NBA in defense. End of the year, we go 6-1 down the stretch. Our defense was terrific. Obviously, and Paul's a big part of that, but my thing to all of our players is that it just can't land on Paul Millsap's shoulders. We all have to share in that responsibility. We all have to share in that willingness to buy in and commit to be a better defensive team. And it's early, but I think our guys understand the importance of that for us to be a playoff team.
Like, you went and spent time with Juancho in Spain. What has just been his off season like since obviously coming off the season that got interrupted a little bit? How's he looking, and just what have your conversations been like with him as he gets ready for a big year?
Yeah, obviously, last year was not an easy season for Juancho. Begin the year, you get mono, you miss quite a long stretch of time. You come back, having a hard time finding to get a rhythm back. So he was frustrated all summer, but that frustration motivated him to work, hit the weight room, and work on his game. And I went over to watch him with the national team in Malaga, play a game, practice, and just spend some time with him. And he's in camp, he's working hard. I think right now, he's pressing a little bit. Like if he nobody's gonna outwork Juancho. He's an unbelievable worker, but he's just almost got it. If I miss a shot, not let it be like so much next play mentality. So I feel for him because I think he's frustrated a little bit, but Juancho's going to be fine. He has an unbelievable skill set. He's got a motor. He's got energy, and I think he's going to have a great season for us.
What have you seen out of Monte Morris so far?
Yeah, Monte, man, he's had 2 great days, and that's not surprising because he had a great summer. He had a tremendous summer league. He was down in Atlanta. He was in the gym in September. So Monte continues to impress. And I think if you asked all of his teammates about Monte, they would all say the same thing. He runs his team. He never makes any mistakes. And what I've been most impressed is that he has been shooting the ball extremely well and finishing at a high level. And so he's had 2 really good days. But tomorrow the challenge is to come back and do it again and be even better tomorrow.
So it could be obviously that he is the reserve point guard when the season starts, and I'm wondering what do you need to see out of him for you to be comfortable with him, going into that role when the season starts?
Yeah, obviously we have 5 preseason games. We have a lot more practices within our training camp and preseason. So every day is an opportunity for him to show his teammates and the coaching staff that he is ready to be a backup point guard in the NBA. It's tough. We always talk about skipping steps. He went from being a 2-way player last year to now he's on the roster. If we're healthy, he's our 3rd point guard. But right now, guess what? Isaiah is not ready to play at the moment. So it's an opportunity for Monte to show me that, hey, I can go out there, I can run your team, I can value the ball, I can make everybody better, and I can guard my position on the other end of the floor. And what I've seen so far, Chris, and obviously we have a lot of time left before opening night against the Clippers, but he's off to a great start in trying to do that.
And Denver Post, Gina's final column for the Post, talked about the coaching staff met over the summer and is maybe going to change the emphasis in terms of protecting the paint versus kick-out three-pointers. what does that change mean, or what change of emphasis mean, and what was it that led to that discussion?
Well, I'll start with the last question. What led to it was being dead last in three-point shooting. That's a glaring red mark against us, and something that kind of frustrated us, motivated us, because you don't want to be last in anything, but especially in three-point defense, Adam, because the league is becoming a three-point league. This is the funny thing, and I showed this to our players in my presentation the other night. We're not that far away. And what I mean by that, if we give up one less three per game, made three per game, we would have been third in the NBA in three-point shooting. So it's not like we're like, oh, geez, we're there. And we did a decent job of taking away some three-point attempts. Now the challenge is to take away the 37.8%, whatever it was. And how do you do that? Those are things that we're working on right now, whether it be in pick and roll, in transition, in our closeouts. It's tough to take away everything. If we want to make teams beat us with contested twos, eliminate layups and dunks, and make them, run guys off the line when we can. And it's a little bit of a change for us, but I think our guys understand the importance of being much better defending the three-point line this year.
Last one.
Yesterday I asked you about Will Barton moving into the starting lineup and what you kind of need to see from him there, and you said you need Will Barton, not Thrill Barton. Mm-hmm. So I'm just kind of curious, what's the difference between those two in your mind?
Well, I think you already know the answer to that. I think we all know the answer. There's two different guys. It's like, I have a guy on my shoulder, that I fight every day. And with that starting lineup, when you're out there with, Jamal and Gary and Paul and Nikola, we don't need the 5, 6, 7, 8 dribble possessions. We don't need the, we get the defense rebound, outlet, and just waiting for the ball and coming back to the ball. And I tell you what, Will Barton in 2 practices has been phenomenal in terms of playing the game the right way, getting off of it. There haven't been those heavy dribble possessions. He's running the floor and getting to the corner. He's not shortcutting it. So to me, he's shown maturity, he's shown commitment, he's shown discipline in terms of playing the game the right way. There will be times this year where we need him to be thrilled, and I mean that in all sincerity. With Isaiah Thomas not being ready to go right now, there's going to be times where Will, with maybe a bench unit, is going to have to be more aggressive. We'll put the ball in his hands to be that playmaker and a guy that looks to create for himself and for his teammates. But right now with that starting lineup, just move the ball, share the ball, get off the ball, and run the floor, cut, finish your cuts, all those types of things, the little details. And again, after 2 practices, he's done a really good job of that.
Makes sense.
Thanks, Coach.